Mike.
Welcome back to
Game time. I need to have some sort of AI make us a little jingle thing for that.
yeah. Anyways, today we are doing. You know what made me think about this game time was I mean, I like when we do questions like this because um
It
for,
shows how stupid I am. That's what you're trying to say, right?
yeah, and I feel like we all learned something
That's
here.
true. That's true. Like they're what I would call general knowledge questions. I think the
Yeah.
one time we called it was based on another game called I Should Have Known That, right? Is that it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, so it's interesting to see how many things that are considered general knowledge I don't know.
Yeah, common sense isn't all that common, as they say, as well.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of like the questions that we got. I got this because they asked a question on this radio station that I listen to sometimes, and I was like, wow, that would be a good game time to ask questions like that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
stole one. I stole one of those
Oh, you
questions.
stole one of those?
Well, I
Okay.
stole their question that they asked.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
It wasn't like they were
So we're
doing
doing 10 each, right?
10 each. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Because I
think
got
yours?
20, but some of them I don't like. So I figured that's why I got 20 so that I'd have throwaway ones.
I have exactly 10. So if I run out, I run out.
Oh,
Um.
okay. All right.
Okay.
You're asking first?
Yeah, I'll ask first.
Okay.
Who is responsible for overseeing daylight savings time?
For overseeing it?
Yeah. Like what?
The federal government? I don't know.
But it's like, yes, but
It's a
like,
specific part of the
what
government?
department
Wow.
is
The, de-
responsible for that?
the Department of Weights and Measures.
Is that a serious answer?
That's yeah. That's the only answer I have. The President of the United States. I don't.
No.
No.
The U.S. Department of Transportation, actually.
Oh, that's interesting. Now there,
Isn't that weird?
I learned two things. I'm dumb, and I didn't know that. So
Yeah, the Department of Transportation. Isn't that kind of
yeah,
weird?
that is kind of. I mean, I'm trying to think of the logic behind that. Like usually
Behind them,
there's,
yeah.
some innate logic behind it, and I just can't imagine what that would be. Like
Yeah.
people drive between time zones. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Planes travel between time zones. Maybe that's
I
got
think it's
something to
that
do
they
with that.
needed someone to be like in charge of it, and they were just
They
like,
just you do it.
"You guys don't have that much going on, right?"
Yeah, I don't care. I'm glad they didn't do what the government normally does and just start a whole entire department for that called the Department of Time,
Yeah,
the TVA.
that's funny. Okay.
All right, your first question is, what is the capital of Canada? Soon to be the 51st state.
Is it Quebec?
It is Ottawa.
Oh, because my second one was Ontario.
Oh,
Ottawa.
so you would have been wrong twice.
That's true.
The
Okay.
score is 0-0,
Um,
which is
when we breathe, what do we exhale?
that would be carbon dioxide.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
don't know what the ding is on
It's
here.
this one.
I always forget because of this other
Yeah.
board here.
Yeah.
Carbon dioxide, yeah,
All right.
CO2.
Whew. See, well, yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay. Which planet is known as the red planet?
Mars,
Ooh, very good.
just because it is a red planet.
It's a planet that is red.
Okay. This is kind of a long one. It's like a two-part.
Okay.
Two-parter.
Okay. Can I get part wrong and still get credit?
You will see.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
All right.
What are the three branches of government and their subsidiaries?
I don't know what you mean by subsidiaries, but
Like,
It is
okay, yeah, give me your
the
answer.
the executive, the legislative, and the judicial.
And who is a part of each of those
Oh,
branches?
okay. Executive is like the president and the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Legislative is Congress,
Mm-hmm.
and judicial is like the courts and the
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, you're smart.
See, so I get dinged.
Wow, you got
Two to
that whole
one.
thing
Although
right.
you're still coming up to bat. So
I would have got that wrong,
yeah,
probably.
you
I
don't
mean,
watch the news enough.
no, I just think I would have had to think about it too
I'm just
much.
kidding.
Like, you really rattled it off.
They don't really talk about that on the
I
news.
was expecting it to be a longer, like,
Uh oh. We
oh,
got a puppy visit.
the
We
crying
were going for the
puppy.
cuteness factor. Last time it was a baby. Now we got a puppy. Cooper. He's gone.
Um,
Okay.
what else? Wait, am I asking you? No, you're
No,
asking
I'm
me.
asking you. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
Was it William Shakespeare?
It was William Shakespeare. Very good. Didn't know if you'd know that one.
I didn't really.
I
I
feel
do.
like that's a story everybody knows, but you don't like think of who wrote it.
I just
You
know
know,
William Shakespeare wrote like
a bunch of
a bunch of stuff
yeah.
like that. Like Shakespeare.
Yes, he did.
Like Shakespeare is known for like his romance.
Right.
Okay.
It's actually a tragedy. It's not a romance, but
It's a
that's
love
okay.
story in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
They loved each other. What element does the chemical symbol AU stand for?
Oh, this is unfair. We got to skip that question. My next question for you is what is the chemical symbol for gold? All right, so we got to throw away two questions. I mean, I could have cheated and just skipped that question. I just want to be clear on that. So, in
This is.
typical A&M podcast style, our questions just don't work. Well, the problem is we can't tell each other what each other's questions are.
I was gonna say usually we go on a website and like we
Split
know
them.
there's no we
Yeah,
know
that's
there's no
true.
repeats because
I should have done what I did and then given you half of them. That's what I should have done. Okay, well we'll know for next time. Maybe we'll plan this better next time. But
I thought I was planning it well because I went through and actually thought of like questions.
yeah.
Like some of these I thought of on my own.
Oh well, that one was that one of yours?
So maybe if you thought about them on your own and you did plan ahead of time,
Yeah.
we'll
No,
talk
probably
about
not.
it
All right,
in
well,
our after
in our
show meeting.
after show our planning meeting
Yeah.
with the writers.
Okay. Next question. Now I'm gonna be one off,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's okay
okay.
because I wasted enough time now. So we'll just
Okay, sure.
we'll see. How many continents are on Earth?
Oh, this is terrible. This is absolutely
You're
terrible.
lying.
There are 7 continents on Earth
You're
because
lying.
that's 2 more questions down on my list. Wow, we are terrible
I
people.
wish.
We're terrible. Okay, so we're gonna skip that one too.
I'm rattling off my questions, and well, I guess technically you're losing questions out of this.
Well,
too.
but at the right, but at the same time, I could just be answering all these and seeming really smart. I mean, that I would have known.
wish you would.
Yeah, that I would have known. The gold
Okay.
symbol, I would not have known
If
if it
you
didn't have it on
have
my list.
this one, then I don't know what to
Then
tell you.
it's
Like,
game over, and we just start flipping coins, heads or tails. We're just doing heads or tails for the rest of
I'm just
the
gonna let
episode.
you ask me questions
Yeah,
after this
there
one.
we go.
Okay. What currency do they use in Japan?
That would be the yen.
How do you know that? Is that one
It's
of your
just something I
questions? You're
know.
playing along now?
It's just something I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
All right. And see, I don't even like my next question for you, so it kind of stinks.
No,
I'm gonna skip that
ask
one.
me. You
All right.
already skipped them.
All
You
right.
don't like them? I like them.
Yeah, but this is such an easy one that it doesn't
Good.
almost doesn't count.
I
Which
like it.
state is famous for Hollywood?
Oh, California.
No, it's Florida. There's a Hollywood in Florida. No, I'm kidding. It's
I
California.
was gonna joke and say Florida, but
Yeah, there is a Hollywood,
they're
Florida.
not famous for it.
No, they're not. All right. Well, I think we're tied, minus the throwaway questions. We're
I know there's
terrible.
gonna be
We're
more.
horrible, terrible people.
I know there's gonna be more. Okay. What is the boiling point of water? I'll take degrees or Celsius.
Well, Celsius is too easy. So I'll do it in Fahrenheit. And by the way, they're both degrees. It's just degrees Celsius, degrees
Oh, well,
Fahrenheit.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
212 degrees Fahrenheit.
What is it in
100
Celsius?
degrees Celsius.
Wow.
I think we talked about that before too.
I don't remember. Do you know what the freezing point is? That
30,
was one of our questions one
32,
time.
32 in Fahrenheit and 0 in Celsius.
Yeah. Which is funny. Like,
Celsius
Celsius
is
really does make
much more, yeah, it's much more logical.
makes more sense,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. It's like they made it with a plan, and the Fahrenheit scale, I feel like it was just, I don't know, that's just where the needle goes to.
Yeah.
It went to 32. It's 32.
For
You know.
sure.
Couldn't you make, yeah,
No, they thought of the
anyway.
numbers with, yeah, no, exactly. With Celsius, they thought of the numbers ahead of time.
Well, they thought of the numbers with the idea in mind, and Fahrenheit, they were just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to make a scale here, and let's see what everything falls to.
Like with Celsius, they put the temperature nozzle with a bunch of empty lines
Yeah,
and said, oh, "Okay, it froze right here, so
yeah,
we're gonna mark this as
yeah,
0."
yeah. It's so much more. But I'll say this on the
Fahrenheit, they
as
put the numbers on there
yeah,
first.
yeah, they numbered it first. But I will say this for the metric system. Um, I don't understand meters or
Oh
centimeters
yeah, I
or
don't understand that either.
those
Yeah,
make no
no,
sense to me.
that doesn't. Yeah, we don't use
Feet,
that.
feet. It's probably based on a foot. Now, granted, if your foot is a foot long, well, I don't know, maybe an average man back in the day. I don't know.
Huh.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what is the largest mammal in the world?
what is a mammal
I
like?
want to make such a bad joke, but it would, it would just ruin the episode and we'd get canceled. So I'm not going to do it.
Is it is it a killer whale?
Largest mammal in the world. You're close.
Orca whale?
You're still close.
Is it a
You're in the right genome. I don't know if that's the right term. Actually, it's
is
not.
it
It's
a
not the right term.
killer whale? Orca whale? Is it a whale?
It is a whale. It is a
Okay.
blue whale. So I'll give
Oh,
you 50%. You get a half
yeah,
point
because
for that.
I would have never said blue whale.
Yeah.
I almost said sea or not a sea lion, a what's it called? Manatee, but a whale's bigger than a manatee. When I really thought about that one.
Quite a bit bigger.
Man, you know what I was thinking the one day when I know, SeaWorld is a very controversial place, topic,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
But when I went to SeaWorld, they had the cuz you do kind of when you go to a place like that or like the zoo or whatever and you see some of the sea creatures like
Hmm.
in their enclosures, some of them you feel bad for cuz you're just like, "Oh man, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he would probably want a bigger space to roam
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
in."
At the same time, like
Or like the
yeah.
stingrays just sitting there circling
Yeah.
over and
At,
over and
at the
over
same
again,
time, a lot of the
just whirlpooling it.
a lot of the animals at like SeaWorld I know are they're like rescued. They're animals that have
Yeah,
been injured and they can't live in the wild.
but
So
like when I see the stingrays and I just see them
yeah,
circling, I feel
yeah,
bad for them.
yeah,
But you see the manatees there.
yeah. They're living the life.
The manatees are living the life.
Yeah.
If I would want to be a manatee, you
Well,
have no
because out
predators.
right.
You're getting clipped by boats and every other thing
Yeah,
out
that's
in
what I was
the
gonna say. Out in nature, it's like they're getting hit by boats and everything, and they've
trying to
gotten
mind
some
their
control of
business.
that. But
Yeah.
well, I mean, they just shouldn't swim that close to the surface. No, it's funny because when it gets cold too, they go to the natural springs,
Oh yeah.
like what up in Ocala, I
Yeah,
guess
I've
it is in
seen
that
some
area, and
before.
they
Hmm.
because the waters there are always warm, which
Yeah.
is kind of
But at
kind of cool,
SeaWorld, that's where
kind
I
of
would want
cool.
to be if I
Yeah,
was a manatee.
yeah. Yeah.
They're
This
literally
is a
living
little.
their
This is a
life.
little. I don't know. This is a little. I don't know if this is appropriate for the podcast, but have you ever like have you ever been there and they're like feeding the manatees, but then you
Hmm.
see one of them is relieving itself too at the same time?
No.
And it's like, oh, dude, you're swimming in that water. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I guess
They're
they
used to
have to.
that. Yeah.
They have to, but
Yeah,
it's
they don't
like,
have toilets for them
yeah,
there.
no, it's
That's
just,
the only thing they have to
I
get
just don't need to
going.
see it. That's all.
Yeah, that's funny. Whose turn is it?
Uh,
Oh,
I
it's me.
think it's yeah,
You asked me, Orca.
yeah.
What is the primary language spoken in Brazil?
feel like this is a trick question. Is it Spanish? Oh.
It's Portuguese.
I know this sounds like a cop out. I was gonna guess Portuguese, and I thought that's stupid. That would be a stupid thing to say.
You know what was stupider? Guessing Spanish.
Guessing Spanish. Oh well, actually, I was gonna say Brazilian, and then I thought, no, that doesn't make any sense.
It's like someone asking, "What do they speak in America?"
American.
American.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
Uh, that's
who
funny.
painted the Mona Lisa?
God, why do I want to say William Shakespeare again? Was it Leonardo da Vinci?
It was Leonardo da Vinci.
I was gonna say Leonardo DiCaprio at first, but
It
I was
was
like,
not.
that's not
It
right.
was not Leonardo DiCaprio. It was not. He sketched Rose, but he didn't paint the Mona Lisa.
That's funny.
Uh,
You know what's funny is like these names, I just know them because of like, well, I guess um, I must have paid attention a little bit
at
in
some
my
point, I'd
extracurricular
like to
college
know.
classes.
There has to be like a term for that kind of knowledge, like knowledge of, and these are my random, possibly untrue facts, right? There must be a term for like knowledge that you gain somewhere along the way. You
Yeah.
don't know when you gained it. You don't remember learning it, but you just know it.
Yeah.
Like breathing and walking. No. You know what I
Like I
mean?
don't
Like
actually know that Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, but I
right.
also know it at the same
Yeah.
time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm never bringing that up, but you asked me that question,
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci comes to my
Yeah.
brain.
Or or
William Shakespeare
or
comes to my
Leonardo
head.
DiCaprio.
Leonardo came to my head and I was like, "No, it's not
Da Vinci
Caprio."
DiCaprio. DiCaprio. It's Da Vinci. Okay. I think it's me,
um,
right? Or you're asking me.
I'm asking you.
Okay.
How many bones are in the adult human body?
Oh wow. I think it's 200 and something, but I don't know the exact number. I'm gonna guess 212, just like boiling point.
No. Close though.
Yeah,
206.
206. I knew it was 200 and something. I just didn't. Again, I don't know why I knew that it was 200 and something, but I did. I think there's like 50 some bones in your foot alone, though.
Are you serious?
I I
So
I,
out of the
I remember hearing
206 in
that.
my entire, well,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
which
because I
kind
guess
of
these
makes
are bigger
sense.
bones. Like
Yeah,
here's two,
like your hands. I
two,
mean,
four,
like I don't know. You got
six,
probably
8.
10 in your hands in each hand. I don't know. Gotta look that up. That's a good.
50 alone in your foot.
I at least that's what my random knowledge that I don't know where it came from is telling me. Um, what is the main ingredient in traditional Japanese miso soup? This is not something that you randomly have the knowledge of. If you know it, you.
Miso? Is it
I'm
miso?
gonna give you that. It's miso paste. So it's it's one of those where it's like don't overthink it. You know.
I know, because I was gonna just say broth, but
Yeah. Well,
I knew that
that
wasn't
would have been
right.
my like. Is it vegetable broth? That would have been
Yeah.
my guess.
Man, I love
Bone
some
broth.
miso soup. Mmm. Just soup in general. Soup isn't like some people don't like soup. I
Uh,
love like
yeah.
soup or just broth in general, like a
Yeah.
good soup broth.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Um, what is the primary gas found in the Earth's atmosphere? Also, the air that we breathe. What is the main
Um,
chemical in the air that we are breathing? In oxygen. In
in
our, well,
oxygen.
not oxygen, yeah. It's the main gas in
The
oxygen.
main gas in oxygen. I thought oxygen was a gas.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, is it carbon monoxide? No, carbon monoxide is poisonous. Never mind. Carbon
You should
dioxide?
not breathe
No,
carbon
carbon dioxide
monoxide.
is what the trees breathe.
Carbon dioxide is what we exhale.
Right.
We breathe out. So what do we breathe in?
I I thought it was oxygen, so I have no idea. Hydrogen.
No.
What is it?
Do you give up?
Yeah, I give up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've already answered like 4 answers, and they were all wrong.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Wow. Which
Yeah.
that's interesting. I did not know that. See,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like I probably learned that at some point, but it didn't seem important to me, so I let it go.
Yeah, because when I read the answer to it, I was like, oh, yeah, I know that. I knew that
Yeah,
in some way, but also I would have probably said oxygen.
this is a good one. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
Wasn't it, wasn't it France?
It was France. Correct.
So we
I thought
were friends at one point.
Yeah, well, they gave us a statue.
That's nice. Why did they do
Yeah,
that?
I don't know. I feel like they were trying to butter us up. I don't know.
That's kind of impressive to
Yeah,
as a country
I know.
to gift
That's
a
a big,
statue.
and it's not just a statue. It's not just like a
How did they get that
a
over
life
here? They
size
just
thing.
sent it like on a boat.
I
Like, here you
can
go.
only assume.
When
Yeah,
was the last time a
it's also
country?
made of copper. So you know how it looks green
Yeah.
when it was. I would assume when it was originally sent that it was like copper colored. It just turned like
Ah,
you ever leave a penny out in the weather and it
yeah.
turns green. That's why it's like green on the outside.
Oh, that's interesting. Um, wow.
Yeah,
When was the last time a country gifted us something like
I
that?
know, right?
We just really must evolve. We really do have just
Yeah, I
been
feel
on each
like some
other's
might
bad
start
side.
doing that now. Like, like
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
we're gonna start having countries giving us statues now.
I think we're past that. I think
Yeah,
rulers and stuff are just past
yeah, yeah.
gift
I
giving.
don't. You say that though. It's funny. I don't know the whole history of that, and I'm curious about it now. Now that's I
Cause
need to.
didn't we give something? Was it like the Leaning Tower of Pisa something too?
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a gift.
Oh, I thought it was a
we learned a
gift.
whole thing on that when we were over in Italy. We actually climbed to the top of it.
Oh, you weren't nervous?
Uh, I don't remember if that was the one. There were a couple of like towers like that we climbed. I think that was one of them where it has like this spiral staircase, and you're like climbing up, and it's there are areas where it's really narrow and the ceiling's low. I don't remember if that was there though or the Vatican, because there was part of the Vatican uh, that we climbed that was like that too.
I would be like,
So
today is the day that
yeah, that it
it
tips
tips over.
over. Yeah, that would be my luck. And then everybody does the obligatory pictures where they
Act like they're holding it
where they
up.
act like they're holding it up. I'm just looking at you and you've got your phone in front of your face, and it kind of reminds me of our previous episode. But that's
I'm looking up a next question
oh
because I
okay,
ran out of questions
oh okay,
because like 5 of mine you already had.
yeah,
So
I got you.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay,
But I'm fully um alert.
okay.
Okay,
I
ask
think
me. Oh wait, is it my
it's
turn?
I think it's my
What did you just
wait.
ask me?
What were we doing? Where am I? um, I don't remember. I don't remember who had last.
I asked my last question to you was the primary gas was nitrogen.
Yeah, I asked you last then because it was the one about who gave us the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why. I thought we were just like talking
Yeah,
about that.
it's fine.
We were just having a
Yeah,
sidebar
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. It's
uh,
okay.
um, what are your nails made of?
Oh, collagen?
No,
Oh, okay. Hold on. I do know
primarily.
this. I do know this because it's the same stuff that is it like the tusks on an elephant or something or on some other no, it's on the rhino are made of the same stuff. Oh, I can't think of what it is. And when you tell me, I'm going to be mad at myself.
You will because I've heard of this before, but I
I
wouldn't have
know.
guessed the answer to it. But I
I
also
don't.
didn't know the
Just
random
tell me.
rhino fact that you did
Just
either.
tell me. Well, I know that from going to Animal Kingdom because they talk about people poaching their horns and that, and it's basically the same thing as your fingernails. That's
Oh,
just,
that's not the answer. I know
oh,
what you're talking about. That's not the
okay.
answer.
Go ahead.
A protein um, called keratin.
Keratin. No, that's what their horns are made of too.
Oh, I thought
Keratin.
it was
No, collagen. See, I was close.
I'm thinking of yeah, because keratin is also good for your hair.
There we are.
By the way.
So there we are. Okay, last one for you. I actually have one more if you want a bonus question.
Yeah, I'll take the bonus
Which is
question.
the only bird that can fly backwards?
A hummingbird?
Oh, very good. I didn't know if you'd get that one because I wouldn't have gotten that one. I would have guessed. I don't know what I would have guessed. A duck. I don't know.
I'm just thinking because of how they fly.
Yeah, and they
Like
do.
they
Like if you've ever
hover.
seen them,
They're
they'll go
like a helicopter.
forward and backward. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the acronym NASA stand for?
Oh, I was gonna say, didn't we do this one before? But I'm thinking of scuba. Um, NASA.
NASA. NASA.
National Association. I mean, National.
Get ready, little John.
National All Time Space Association.
It's by the way, National Aeronautic
Dang
and
it.
Space Administration.
Ah, I was so close.
NASA.
I was one off.
Do you want another bonus question?
Yeah, throw it at me.
Because I got a bunch.
Oh.
Oh, what's the longest river in the world?
The Nile River.
That's very good. Correct. What's the square root of 144?
I don't know. 144.
12. 12 times 12 is 144.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
In
haven't
what?
had to use
How
that
about
since
what
high
year
school.
did the Titanic sink?
1912.
Very good.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was correct.
That was just a number on the top of my
You were
brain.
because you were thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio drawing Rose, and you were like, "That was 1912."
That was
They did
1912, yeah.
that. Who was the first man on the moon? To walk on the moon? Sorry, first person to walk on the moon. Because I think the first guy took the ladder down, and then this guy like jumped out and ran so he could be the first one to walk. I don't. That's not true. I shouldn't
Bud
say that.
Aldrin.
Uh,
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin is not correct. It's Neil Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, Neil Armstrong.
By the way, it wasn't Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, sorry. That's like Leonardo DiCaprio instead of Da Vinci. All right, that's all I got.
That was fun.
What's the smallest prime number? Last one. Smallest prime number.
Isn't it 1 or 0?
No, it's not 1.
3?
2.
2's not a prime number. Oh, 2
Yes,
is a
it
prime
is.
number.
Yep. Cool. I don't know who won. I stopped keeping track.
That rapid fire at the end
Yeah.
was exhilarating.
I know, right? Like we should do them like I should have like 50 questions.
That's what we'll start doing. Yeah, for game time, we'll
Except
just
then
pick,
I got to go to the trouble of putting a scoreboard on the screen because
we'll
I
just
can't
pick
keep track.
somebody, and I'll just ask you. You just sit back and relax. I'll ask you a rapid fire
Yeah,
of questions.
it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
But it's just gonna be math problems.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. No, I can do that. I can do that. No, I'm bad at math. It's funny because like you work in. I may have said this before, but you work in computers, and everybody's like, "Hey, figure this out for me. You're good at math, right? You work with computers." I'm like, no, I work with computers. So that's like thinking that an auto mechanic is going to run really fast because he, works with cars.
Like
It's not the same thing.
I work with like money and like finance and stuff.
Yeah.
But my spreadsheets do my math. I have a
Yeah,
calculator
exactly.
at on hand at all times.
Right. Like I have to understand the algorithms.
Yeah.
And I guess you'd say, well, you have to be able to test them. Well, I can, but that doesn't mean
I have to work with simple math. But hey, kids in school, like,
yeah.
you're never gonna have to do long division again after it.
That's not true. That's not. She's not correct. That's not. If you work for NASA, you might.
I never had to use a prime number until this podcast.
That's probably true. I don't even know why we care that they're prime numbers. Like,
That's
how
what
does
I'm
that
saying.
affect our lives?
Right.
It's. I mean, it's just like something that somebody. I'm sure there's some scientist out there who could tell us that, but let's face it, they're not listening to this podcast. So
Even now, like we have, Alexa, even adding like I had a job one time. This is a little
Did you
off.
really?
This is an
Oh,
off thing,
oh, there was more to
but
that.
at one of my jobs, the first office job I ever had, and they really do the most. Like when you get hired there, clearly, because they literally have you take like a test, per like I guess about how they want to make sure that you're competent. It's basically a competency test, and it's a two-part thing. The first part is an English test to make sure that like, I guess because technically you're going to be sending emails, so they want to make sure that read this sentence.
Right.
What would you fill in the blank on this,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which
I
is the
hate those
proper
kind of
use
things.
of there? Like those type of
Yeah, I
things,
hate
just to
those
make
kind of
sure that
things.
you're competent enough
Yeah,
to
which
send an
some of that
email.
stuff I get, but
True, but and then
we
they
don't even
had
need that anymore.
and then they
We
had
don't even need that
a
anymore.
math part, and you literally had to I can't remember if they had a calculator there for me or not, but you had to add together fractions. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
like
that popped up and I was like, I'm screwed.
yeah,
I'm the perfect person for this job, but
yeah,
adding fractions,
yeah.
is this
That's
something I'm going to need to use like
yeah.
on the
Like
regular? Why
like
are you asking
wait,
me
you don't have
this?
computers there? Because
Yeah, like
pretty sure they'll do it. Like
what?
and bottom line is I don't want somebody doing like math in their head because there's a better way
Yeah,
to do it.
right.
I, I, I'm not saying they shouldn't teach it in school. You should still understand it because if you don't understand the concepts, then how do you know if if what you're doing with the computer is proper is correct?
Sure,
But
but
like that being a test for like a job, a hiring thing is insane.
and you're only able to retake it like once. Like if you fail
Yeah,
that time, you can retake it one more time. And
yeah,
if you fail, unless they really need people,
yeah.
like you're not getting hired based off of that.
Wow,
Isn't
that's
that
crazy.
crazy?
That is crazy.
So everyone that works there knows how to do
Long division.
long division and fractions.
Fraction multiplication or fraction. Wait, it was addition or multiplication?
One of the two,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that. And it had like word
Yeah,
problems and stuff.
I'd have to understand the context for multiplication of fractions too. That's wow. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed Game Time and check us out next Tuesday for another episode. I've been thinking we should start like we were talking last episode about shows that kind of keep you sucked in and make you wait another week. We need to come up with like cliffhangers for the end of every episode to get people to come back. Like
True.
next time, we're going to tell you something really incredibly amazing.
Tune into
You have
Tuesday's
to watch on
episode,
Tuesday. Yeah,
and I'm gonna let everyone know about my deepest darkest secret.
yeah. Not me, but anyway. Bye, guys.